Hello again, Year 5. This is your third, I think, literacy lesson for this week. We're going to continue with writing. Obviously, we wrote about space yesterday. It's the most important thing. If you do need more time on it today, please don't be afraid to go back on it. Blue pen, anything that you need to change. The more time you take on it, obviously, the better it'll be, the more careful you are, and so on. We'll get on with our starter, which is again about parentheses. So we've got some examples here. I want you to tell me which of these here. Just go through, tell me which one's right, write them down in your book, write the correct one down, and give it a blue pen tick if you're right when I go through the answers. If you want to pause the video now and go through it, then I'll explain it away and we'll get on with writing. Again, I want to give you as much time as possible, so the quicker we do it, the quicker we can. Pause the video here and I'll explain it in just a sec. Okay then, so the first one, it's about Janelle. So the sentence says, Janelle, on the other hand, practically glided towards on the ball. Which is the right one? So the correct one is this one here. I know that's a dodgy tick. It's best I can do. I'm using a mouse, not my usual pen. So that's because the commas are here and here. So it says Janelle, on the other hand, practically glided towards the ball. So the hole, sorry. So we could say Janelle practically glided towards the hole. That would make sense fine by itself. But these two commas here really just explain it a bit better. They put them thingy, you have a breather, you go back, you add extra information. It might be used to say that you were talking about somebody else before who probably didn't glide towards a hole. Right. On Saturday, one day before I left, one day before the party, I interrupted Mom while she was on her laptop. So, try and find the correct one. The correct one should have been this one, the bottom one. So, on Saturday, one day before the party, I interrupted Mum while she was on her laptop. So, again, on Saturday, I interrupted Mum while she was on her laptop, would have made sense. But if we put the commas here and here, one day before the party, it really makes sense on its own, doesn't it? It really adds extra information. So we know that there's a party the day after this Saturday on the Sunday. So the last one. In the assembly hall, once we were at our desks, Miss Underbridge spoke to us. In the assembly hall, once we were at our desks, Miss Underbridge spoke to us. So which is the correct one? See if you can try and find it. Double check your answer in your book. The correct one is this one, the second one. In the assembly hall, Miss Underbridge spoke to us, would have made sense by itself, but we had, once we were at our desks, we know that Miss Underbridge has waited until everybody's seated properly, just like assemblies at Huckler. We know that, and we know that she's waited, we know that she's got on, it's added information. So we'll go straight on to the level. This is all we're doing today. We're going to the example. It's about Tim again. We're going to go through it. We'll talk about different things they've achieved since, what they've done after they came home from space, their life after space. Obviously, Tim's only been back from space 5 years. So I would imagine those of you that are doing Helen, you could have found out loads and loads about her, because obviously it's been nearly 30 years since she came back from space. In fact, I think this year it has been 30 years since she came back from space. So I'm sure you can find out a lot more than I found out about Tim. And again, like I said, those of you that are doing Tim and those of you that are Helen, I'm expecting you. I know what you're capable of across both classes in Year 5. I know you can do this a lot better than I have. I know you can really push yourself. All right then. So, coming home. That's what I've titled it. You might want to that's the subheading I've used. You might like to use a different one, but we'll get on. So, coming home. On the 18th of June 2016, Tim's Soyuz capsule landed back on Earth. By the time he had landed back on Earth, Tim had orbited the Earth 3,000 times. That means he'd gone round and round the Earth 3,000 times. It's a really huge number to say. He wasn't even up there a year, was he? He was only up there half a year. After he had settled back in at home, Tim began to enjoy his newfound fame. He's received a lot of awards, including an award from the Queen. He's been named an ambassador of the Scouts in the UK because he was one when he was younger. Remember what we said about him when he was younger? He loved adventure, didn't he? He got an award. He's been promoted. He's an ambassador. He does a lot of work for the Scouts. And he's even been allowed to give Adele, the singer, her Brit Award in 2016. So he gave out awards. So it's a big thing. He's become, obviously, before he went, nobody really knew who he was. Now he's come home, he's really famous, which again, the more famous he is, the more people he has influence over, doesn't he? So, Tim has been praised for all his work in getting more young people involved in science. Tim has held a number of science lessons since he returned at home, as well as the live science lesson he gave from space while on the ISS, which meant that Tim's legacy as an astronaut lives on. I'm expecting you guys that are doing Tim there to go into a lot of detail, telling me about why he's so important, why those science lessons were so important, why so many people are so interested in science now because he chose to do lessons from space. Again, with Helen, since she's come home, she's done a lot of important things. For instance, she's currently the manager, of the chemistry division at the Imperial College London, which is one of the most famous universities in England. She's done a lot of work there, so she's still learning about science. She's giving her knowledge to other people, so she's still influencing people, making people want to be like her, making people want to be interested in going into space. They both help out with people from Britain potentially going to space, talking about their experiences. And again, like Tim, like Helen, they impart their knowledge, they teach their knowledge that they've learned about science and space on, and that influences people, which is exactly why we're writing this biography. Okay, I'll leave you to get on with it now. Again, I said it would be quick. Please get in touch if you need any help. Please send us some finished work. Like I said yesterday, me and Miss Biggs are really missing seeing your work. Missing seeing you, obviously, as well. So look after yourself and take care. And I will see you very, very soon, hopefully. Goodbye.